You are about to discover one of the biggest travel scams that is completely legal. Imagine finding a luxury vacation for only $499. A private cabin, unlimited food, world-class entertainment, swimming pools, ocean views, and transportation across multiple countries, all for less than the cost of staying in many hotels. Sounds impossible. Because it is. What if I told you that the cruise company never expected you to spend only $499? In fact, the moment you book that ticket, you have already entered a system specifically designed to make you spend far more than you originally planned. By the end of your trip, that cheap cruise could quietly turn into a $1,500, $2,000, or even a $3,000 vacation. The shocking part is that most passengers do not realize it is happening until they receive their final bill. So how can cruise companies build ships worth over $1 billion, feed thousands of people every day, employ massive crews, burn millions of dollars worth of fuel, visit exotic destinations around the world, and still advertise vacations for less than $70 a day? The answer reveals one of the smartest business models in modern tourism. And once you understand how it works, you will never look at cruise vacations the same way again. Every year, millions of people board cruise ships believing they have found the deal of a lifetime. The advertisements look incredible. For just a few $100s, you get accommodation, transportation, food, entertainment, and access to some of the most beautiful destinations on Earth. When people compare those prices with hotels, flights, restaurants, and entertainment on land, a cruise appears almost unbelievably cheap. And that is exactly what cruise companies want you to think. Because the ticket price is not where the real money is made. The cruise industry operates using a strategy known as a loss leader model. This means the company intentionally keeps the entry price as low as possible to attract more customers. The goal is simple: get people onto the ship. Once they are on board, the real business begins. To understand why this strategy exists, we first need to understand how expensive it actually is to operate a cruise ship. Modern cruise ships are essentially floating cities. Some carry more than 7,000 passengers and crew combined. They contain dozens of restaurants, multiple swimming pools, theaters, shopping areas, casinos, water parks, medical facilities, and even ice skating rinks. Building one of these giants can cost well over $1 billion. But construction is only the beginning. Every single day, cruise companies spend millions on food, fuel, maintenance, entertainment, insurance, port fees, technology, and employee salaries. Companies like Carnival transport hundreds of thousands of passengers around the world every day. Just feeding everyone on board costs millions of dollars daily. When experts calculate the true operating costs of these ships, the numbers are staggering. In many cases, cruise companies spend significantly more per passenger than they receive from ticket sales alone. If passengers only paid the advertised cruise fare, many cruise lines would struggle to remain profitable. So where does the money come from? The answer is hidden throughout the entire ship. The moment you board, you receive a room key or wearable device connected directly to your account. This tiny card changes everything. You no longer use cash. You no longer think about every purchase. Instead, you simply tap and walk away. A drink, tap; a coffee, tap; a restaurant, upgrade. Everything feels effortless, and that convenience is incredibly profitable. Studies consistently show that people spend more money when they do not physically hand over cash. Cruise lines understand this psychology extremely well. One of the largest revenue sources on board is alcohol. Before their vacation even begins, many passengers purchase unlimited drink packages. These packages often cost between $80 and $120 per person every single day. For a week-long cruise, that can easily exceed $700 for one person. At first, it sounds like a fantastic deal. Unlimited wine. But cruise companies have already analyzed years of customer behavior. They know exactly how much the average passenger drinks. Most people consume far less than what is required to truly justify the package price. Many passengers start enthusiastically during the first couple of days. Then consumption drops as the vacation continues. Meanwhile, the cruise line continues collecting the same daily fee. And because the actual ingredients in most drinks cost only a fraction of the selling price, the profit margins are enormous. The same strategy appears in dining. Technically, your meals are included, but once on board, you quickly notice something. The most attractive restaurants usually cost extra. Steakhouses, seafood restaurants, sushi bars, chef experiences, premium dining packages. Each one promises a better experience than the complimentary dining room. Individually, the charges may not seem significant, but over several days, they can add hundreds of dollars to your final bill. Then there is internet access. Many passengers assume Wi-Fi is included. Unfortunately, that is rarely the case. Basic internet packages can cost hundreds of dollars during a week-long cruise. Another major source of revenue is the casino. Once the ship reaches international waters, casino operations begin. The flashing lights, exciting sounds, and endless games create an environment specifically designed to encourage spending. For cruise companies, casinos generate some of the highest profits per square foot anywhere on the vessel, and then comes one of the smartest parts of the entire business model: the destinations themselves. Years ago, cruise passengers often spent money directly in local economies. They booked local tours, ate at local restaurants, and spent money with independent businesses. Cruise companies realized they were missing out on billions of dollars, so they created a solution: private islands. Today, many major cruise lines own their own exclusive destinations. When passengers arrive, almost every activity generates revenue for the cruise company. Private beaches, water parks, food packages, drink packages, VIP experiences. Everything stays within the company's ecosystem. Instead of money flowing into local businesses, much of it flows directly back to the cruise line, even when ships visit public ports. Cruise companies still earn money through excursions. Passengers often book tours through the cruise line because it feels safer and more convenient. But the cruise company usually keeps a significant percentage of every booking. The local operator does the work. The cruise company collects the commission. And finally, we arrive at the secret that makes the entire industry possible. Most cruise ships are not actually registered in the countries where the companies are headquartered. Even though many major cruise lines operate from cities like Miami, their ships are often registered in places such as the Bahamas, Panama, Bermuda, or Liberia. These advantages save cruise companies billions of dollars over time. Combined with onboard spending, private destinations, excursions, casinos, drink packages, internet fees, and specialty dining, the result is an incredibly efficient money-making machine. So the next time you see a cruise advertised for only $499, remember this: the cruise company does not expect you to spend $499. That low price is simply the invitation. The real business starts after you step on board. And now that you understand how the system works, you can plan smarter, avoid unnecessary expenses, and make sure your dream vacation does not turn into an unexpected financial surprise.